So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna eventually beat this game. Just gonna take me some time. Gotta figure things out. But kind of like the nature of this game where like at first a room might seem impossible and then with time and thinking and planning does become at least reasonable to complete. One of the supercharger games for the 2600 was a first-person dungeon crawler. Yeah, I could imagine a dungeon crawler on 2600, quite a feat. And Kakalicola, do you know if that game would have been able to save progress? I guess if it's like a Star Pass Supercharger was using tapes, then maybe it could save data. So yeah, along with memory increases, it's amazing what you can do with games when you can save your progress in them. Games are quite thrilling, I agree, Seven, when you triumph over adversity. Although every now and then, adversity triumphs. Okay, this is mostly set up. Practice jumping some ghosts. Wait for 6100 on the timer. So it may not have had save functionality. Yeah, I guess maybe saving to cassette might be kind of tricky because it's not like disk drive where it can randomly access parts of the disk. With the tape you gotta like wind. I don't know if tapes had indexing. I mean, you might theoretically be able to swap out a tape and tell it to record. Maybe that would be the trick, but I had growing up a Commodore 64. Did I just like not pay attention and start thinking about tape drives and miss my chance? Yeah. So yeah, with discs it was pretty easy to have save progress, although the only game that springs to mind that we had that did that was Below the Root. So that was a sort of Castle Troid sort of not really point and click, but more adventure-y than action-y kind of a game. And saving was important, of course. I've made so many mistakes here. Thinking about other games. But it's all part of learning the room enough to make it be automatic. Alright, wait till 6,300 on the counter. I could use a few more kilobytes of memory. Oh, I jumped way too late. Hey there, Raspy-Doo, welcome on in. Hope your weekend's treating you well. I'm tackling my way through Solomon's Key here. I've gotten a little bit more progress compared to my last attempts. It's still a little mystified on some of the upcoming rooms. Set up getting rid of these blocks. The stock NES has 2 kilobytes of system RAM. Though the game carts also had onboard RAM. Like, we need to improve the situation here. And that's kind of a little bit of what makes cartridge-based games, retro games, a little bit more impressive is the ability to include additional hardware along with the software all in one package without the need to update the system hardware. And add things like sound chips or other kind of boosting abilities, which unfortunately Nintendo of America was like, you know, or Nintendo of somewhere was not too keen on allowing manufacturers to do in the US. So it wasn't until recently that I learned about, hey, you know, Contra on Famicom got all sorts of cool stuff the US version doesn't. And other games. Grab the key. Build a bridge. Practice jumping. I think there was also, like, for the Commodore 64, didn't know this at the time, but apparently the disk drive basically contained a bunch of Commodore 64 base processing chips because of the way everything was built, but it needed that power, and that made the disk drive expensive. And once again, I'm forgetting my timing, thinking about Commodore 64 and disk drives and whatnot. Nostalgia. All right, 6300. Focus. 6300. And redesigning the process for the NES ended up removing the audio expansion line. $6,900. 67. Okay, it should be on the next jump over the ghosts. Like, the game's not hard enough that they have to include this timer, but at least the timer is useful in a few cases for figuring out when to do things. Come here. Come here, please. There we go. Oh, don't go that way quite yet. Thank you for the GG's, Coca-Cola. Need to get rid of that. And this. And this. And this. And this. Reveal the potion. Get rid of that fireball. Set up this. Should have grabbed that potion first, but that's okay. Go this way to take care of the other fires. Get rid of that block. We are all set for victory. The reward of a secret room. Come here. Okay. Be careful not to get hit by the enemy. That is relatively easy to do by accident. Can we get a fireball? We can. Can we get another fireball? Not that these are actually helping me out that much. Just fun to get. So Nintendo didn't actually license the chip, they just reverse engineered it. Legally distinct reverse engineering. It's a bold strategy. Because those enemies do like a Wile E. Coyote, levitate for a little bit and then fall down. They straight up copied the design. Okay, well, that's another way to do it, I guess. It's probably not the way I should be doing that. So 6502, is that Motorola? Is that who made that? Or some other company? Okay, back to this room. MOS technology. Motorola made this 68,000. Alright, Barry, if you would, thank you. Okay. Things are safe. Things are okay. Made it. Get this guy out of the way. I have a feeling these enemies are not going to line up. There we go. Hey there, Sea Small. Has Solomon threatened to cut a baby in half yet? No. Not at the moment. Maybe that'll be happening if I get the bad ending. Welcome on in. Hope your weekend's treating you well. Sorry, spoilers. This is a I think that is the same Solomon in lore-wise, but this is Yi, not Solomon here. This is Dana, so no chopping kids in half in this puzzle game that I know of. Hope your weekend's treating you well, C Small. Alright, we've made it to the exit. Problem level. I think no matter what, I do need to get this thing set up so that those enemies fall down. Still, for the life of me, I don't understand how I'm supposed to get that key. Like, there is, like, a slim chance that I can fall down a column and do, like, a weird wall jump. I still haven't figured out that tech. Maybe that's something I should be practicing, because it sure would help here. If I could get the key and find my way. Still haven't figured out the far upper right corner pathway yet. Like, I know I can go down that way, but seems kind of pointless when there are other easier ways to get through. And then that makes me think there should be some kind of a way up in the upper right, but I don't understand how I would functionally do that. I think there's also like an aspect of I keep overlooking something, like making this harder than it has to be, but I don't quite understand what I should be doing. Steve Small had a impromptu 20-year college reunion with three good friends. Nice. Were any of those college friends into video gaming then or now? So I think there has to be a way up in that upper right corner. Just because of the way the level is constructed, there's not really any way to climb all these like narrow passageways. So it feels like there should be a way to get up here. But with the fire there, makes things quite a bit more difficult. I don't think there's anything I could do on the way down that would help. And in any case, I need to go this way to set up question mark dropping the fireball one step. Like if I set, no, I can't set a block there, so that doesn't really matter. But if I go this way, I can at least grab the bell that appears and then reset that block. But then how do I get back up? Like I can't go up this way. Passageway's too narrow. So this is the only passageway with enough room, so it has to be the right way. There's like not enough room to build what I need to build in there, to jump off things. Gotta make a note of myself to practice that falling strat. I mean, it's not probably not the intended solution, but if it's a solution and the game lets me do it, then it counts. Actually, that wouldn't help me out too much here because fire would then still be blocking my path. Practice falling only in video games. Good advice there. Like that corner, upper right corner. There's got to be a way to build something to get up, I think. I mean, the only other thing I can think of is falling through now on the left-hand side and clearing everything out, but that doesn't really help me. That's not going to help me get through to the upper right anyway. All that does is save me trying to figure out how to drop the fire correctly. And whether I go that route, like the long way down and around this way, like I would still have to find my way up, whether I'm going that way or whether I'm coming up that way. So the problem is up there. If I stare at this long enough, I'm sure I'll figure something out. It's just kind of the nature of the game where if it's like a narrow column, you can't really build your way up out of it. So that kind of prevents me from getting through safer routes. No matter what I do, I would need to get rid of this block under the fire so that I could drop the fire and make it back to the right. Oh, why am I not? Okay, all I need to do is no. Come on. Uh, if the fire is here, I had a moment of inspiration and then it evaporated. Like I could stand on the block. I could get up there, but there's not enough room to get up there. Can't fight fire with fire, so my fireball isn't gonna get rid of any of these things. There's no way I can climb up through here. There's just not enough room to build steps that I can climb on. Same deal with here. So these are both one ways down only. So that process of elimination means this is the only way up. Assuming it's possible to get up that way. There's zero chance of me getting up on the left, far left. So either my idea that I need to go up from the upper right is wrong, or there's some other way to get through. I don't know how I would do that. And even if I learned how to do the wall jump through this column, I have to drop this fire at some point. If it lands here, that's gonna prevent me from finding a pathway down to the door. So apparently they taught C Small how to fall in elementary school. I don't remember that ever in a class. Could be a useful skill. Gotta protect the noggin, the most valuable part of the body. All this stuff here is just kind of like window dressing. There's no point to any of these blocks other than to like potentially be a pit for those rotating enemies, but there's no real reason to send them this way if I can just fall right down anyway. Like if I go before the enemies and go down here, then I can clear out this path, but then I still need to find my way back up. And really, the only way back up is this way. I don't understand it. There's like just enough room in there to, if the fire were not there, to build up a stepway out. Oh, okay. I think I get it. So I need to drop this fire. No, I almost think I had it, but I need to drop it further. I'd have to like destroy these blocks. And if these blocks were out of the way, could I successfully? Yeah, I could stand on that ledge and jump up. But now I don't see how I'm supposed to get through here. Do I need to clear these blocks out? No? No, I don't. Do I? I don't know why I'm having so much trouble thinking this through. Maybe kids fell a lot in C Small's area. All the mountains. Oh, that's a 1-up. I keep forgetting that's there. No. Why does it seem like I understand a thing and then immediately do it wrong. Like, what I envision happening is not happening. This is all clearly, like, a pathway down. That's just a bunch of points, not punts. Like, I don't think there's any way I can, like... Yeah, I can't generate blocks below me when I'm in midair. I can only make them appear horizontally, so I can't, like, do some crazy jump, turn around, create a block, and land on it. At least as far as I know. Just get these valuable points. Like, that doesn't help me in any way, and I can't get up higher. And by going this way, I have not acquired the key, so I can't cheese the level. I don't see how I could make any of this work. Like, even if all those routes are just one ways down, none of that helps me safely acquire the key. So that can't be the solution, right? Like, there has to be a way up. Did I mess that up? Let's try this again. Let's go this way because I know I need to... Can I get that? I can get that. But even still... Like, I still have to drop the fire. There are a lot of fires in this game. Infinitely burning fires. So I don't think I've actually figured anything out for safely getting that key. Oh, and I've kind of messed up my route here. Okay, that's what I was thinking of doing. I don't know why I was having trouble thinking it through. But now... I can't actually get the key because the fire is not in the right spot. Although, if I could have... Yeah, I do need to drop... Oh, crap. I do need to drop the fire all the way, so going this way actually kind of doesn't really matter. I definitely need to drop the fire all the way. But then how am I supposed to get to the exit? Like, there's no way... Then once I'm here, I'm in trouble. Like, there's... Like, the optimal thing that's definitely not going to happen is setting a block here. Safely traps the fire, but there's really no way to actually create a block there. I could create a block here, and I did, but that didn't help me that much. Because the fire ends up here, and I still can't create a safety path through. At least now I understand how to get back up through the pathway up here by carefully creating the right block in the right spot. So then now actually knowing how to double jump. Why? I keep... Alright, so if I could double jump off the wall, that would actually help. I'd still have to go kind of around the long way. And I'm... don't think the game's gonna be giving me false blocks. Like, there's no way for me to create a block through these blocks. No way to create a block above. So there's no way for me to like sneak down there and make a block above my head. Basically, as soon as I drop this fire, I cannot reach the exit from below. I have to reach the exit from above. Wait, no. Oh, that blocks me off completely. That was the same mistake I made earlier, thinking I could get through another way, because it I can't really fall through the left and still make an exit down through here. There's just not enough room for me to destroy blocks. Can't destroy a block directly below. All right, enjoy your Coca-Cola. Thanks for stopping on in, and thanks again for creating the avatar. Enjoy your offline stuff. Yeah, I can only build like to the spot to the right of me and right and down one block. I can't build or destroy directly below, which would be like the perfect way to like elevate through a narrow column. And you can kind of like cheat if you're far enough over to create a block like that. And when you're in midair, you can only create a block to the left or the right. Can't build through the gray blocks either. They block magic. Like the only thing dropping this block down here does is make it slightly more feasible that I can make it through. But falling is so tricky, I haven't been able to do that reliably. Not saying that's not the answer, but it's not the answer I've been any good at doing. Yeah, it's like your momentum just kind of dies.